My next guest at age 11 is a critical thinker, so much so that her idea for a DIY air filtration device is being put into practice in schools in this state. Inyola Shukumbi is among the brightest among us and even showing adults the way. She is talented and gifted way beyond her years. Inyola, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, I'm going to do a little bit of homework here. We're going to talk about the Corsi Rosenthal box. It's a do-it-yourself air purifier consisting of 4 or 5 HVAC particulate filters that form a cube in a box, and it draws air through the filters. It was first built during the pandemic by engineers Corsi and Rosenthal. All right, in your class, how did you decide to build this on your own?
Well, it started in 5th grade when one of my classmates brought an article about a group of scientists bringing an air filter to the White House. And I was curious, so I did some research.
What made you curious?
Well, the White House for one, because I'm always about the White House. I did some research, and I figured out that it was a DIY air filter. And so I went to McDonough Elementary STEM Academy, and our school was like old. It was built like almost 100 years ago. And so we didn't have a lot of like the modern technology, and I thought that since this is make it ourselves and it was also cheap, we can make it ourselves at McDonough. And so I wrote a letter to one of the scientists involved, Marina Creed, asking her for the blueprints because I wasn't sure how to make it. And not only did she send me the blueprint, she offered to bring a group of scientists to help us build it ourselves. I was just so happy and I was excited, and I was also grateful that she saw my idea as an idea, not just the dream of an 11-year-old.
How does it built? And it's simple.
You'll need 4 MERV 13 air filters, not this type, that are 2 inches thick. And then you'll need a 20 by 20 box fan. And what happens is that you'll take 4 of them and put them into a box. The most trickiest part, though, is the top, because the bottom is really easy. For the top, you'd have to use a 15-inch string, and you'd cut a circle in it, and then you cut out that circle and put it on top of the box fan, so that way that the whole box fan isn't exposed.
You brought in experts. Tell me about that.
So after that summer, when I discovered my mission and getting one of these into every classroom in the state, we went to the EPA in North Carolina. There I met so many wonderful female scientists, and they looked like me, and they helped me. They gave me a tour of the EPA with my family, and they explained to me like a lot more about air ventilation, and it was really fun. But anyway, they tested it, and it was revealed that the air filter takes out almost like over 99% of the viruses in the air in minutes. And I was just like, wow, it was in front of us the whole time. If people knew more about this during COVID, so many people would be alive right now.
Well, they do now. The state has embraced it. Tell me where these are going to go, and there is money behind it. So it's going to go into how many schools? Where's it going?
It's going into every classroom in the state, so every school in the state as well. It's going to middle schools, high schools, elementary schools, and I think maybe preschools. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check.
And the first in the country to do so.
Yeah, I'm really ecstatic about that, but I know that my work isn't done. Eventually, I want to get these into every classroom in the country.
Thank you so much for being in this state and helping us purify our air.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. And if you'd like to find out more about the Corsi Rosenthal boxes and where they're going all over the state, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.